Hello everyone, Roturo here with another episode of Blue and White, the video journal Let's Play video review of Football Manager 2014 and my time with the Vancouver Whitecaps in Major League Soccer. When last we left off, 3-1 loss to DC United and a very clear sign that my first move of manager have generally been bad. I mean, I have not so much built a team as I have built a train wreck. And that kind of needs to change if I want to keep my job. I think a Voyageurs Cup alone alone, is going to save my hide here. I would like to at least get that 5th place spot in the West, get that play-in spot for the playoffs, but it's a long way to go, a very long way to go to get that spot, and the schedule does not get any easier, especially when you see Alajuelense, the Champions League, is coming. So, first things first, a lot has happened since last we checked in. I've been playing ahead, banking some matches to show you guys, and Seongnam, over in the K-League, they decided they wanted YP Lee, and they saw his contract was almost up, and apparently YP Lee is not retiring in this version of the game, and he's heading over on a free. Unfortunate, but at least I get him till the end of the season, which is nice. Go back in the fixtures here and take a quick jump into the past, and let's see, after that DC United game, if you can believe it, a 4 game unbeaten streak. And I mean, if you don't count that friendly loss against Chelsea, which we'll get to at the end of this, a 0-0 draw at Philly, or home to Philly I should say, means we've gone 5 league games unbeaten. Maybe it's not as bad as we think. No, it definitely is. It definitely is. We've only scored 3 goals in that entire stretch. I mean, we've plugged the gap in the back at least, but up front, we still have trouble. So let's see how things shook out here. That 0-0 draw against Sporting, there's obviously nothing to show since there were no goals. Some interesting chances, but we can just skip past those. We will take a quick look at the player ratings here. Knighton got the starting goal for this one. Daniil Henry had a fantastic night out in the middle of the park, or in the back middle, I should say, center back. Leverone out left did great. Dax McCarty and Gershon Kofi especially holding up his end at the back of the park. Brown did not have the best day out for the youngster, but again, he's 16. I'm not going to hold him up for that. Jimenez, good spell in relief. Maddox, not the best night. Andy O'Brien came in for Brad Rusin, just for fitness's sake. And Kenny Miller and Camilo unable to find anything up top, but hey, we got a 0-0 draw at Sporting Park. I'm fine with that. Matt Beasler having a standout game, which was why a lot of the attacking prowess went for nothing. So that's all well and good. Then for a home match against Seattle, a 1-1 draw at BC Place. Kenny Miller and Eddie Johnson scoring goals right after one another. Seattle actually outshooting us, but we fouled them quite handily, and possession was even, so a very, very close game. No shame in a 1-1 draw that close of a game. Sperning, decent night in net, better than Thomas certainly if you go purely by numbers. Vilches got a start here out in left back and did alright, certainly no complaints there. Rosales just bossed the midfield, dominated it, took a knock, kept going. Eddie Johnson also fantastic up front. That was really the story of it there. I mean, Eddie Johnson, Mauro Rosales, it was their show, and although Dave Brown did pretty good as a youngster in a Cascadia match with Nigel Real Coker and wearing the armband, doing a great job in the middle of the park. So let's just take a look at this game. And you notice Dave Brown again getting that spot in the deep-lying playmaker role in midfield. I'm trying to groom him for that, even though he does work better as an attacker. If he can play that same sort of attacking midfielder role from a slightly more reserved spot, I will be very, very happy. So here we are with the highlights of this match. Vancouver, of course, in their white, Seattle in their rave green. Crossover from Zach Scott, easily held by Simon Thomas, who quickly distributes up the field looking for Kenny Miller. Unfortunately, Evans is there to snuff that out, but it does fall right to Brown, who keeps possession, giving it over to Vilches. Up to Camilo, who on the left side gets stuffed the first time there by Zach Scott, but he does recover and gets it to Brown. This is some excellent three-way passing here between Vilches, Camilo, and Brown. Definitely a good sign. I think Camilo recovering there, gets around Scott, crosses the area, and Miller does knock it in, but the goal is waved off for a foul. You can debate that all you like, but probably. Anyway, good step here from a dead ball situation, getting the ball over to Camilo, who skips around one man, and then great double save there by Spurning off Camilo and Miller. You have to wonder if Camilo going down from that challenge, possibly a penalty, but it was not to be. And in the other direction here, Selak's just good to hold possession instead of just going for the quick counter. From the dead ball situation here, Rosales with the ball into the box, and Eddie Johnson gets the best of Andy O'Brien there, and giving Eddie Johnson a chance at a header. He's probably going to put the ball in the back of the net, but it was an immediate response from Vancouver as off the kickoff here. Brown, good job by the youngster, keeps possession, gets the ball to Riocoker, who keeps his head up, finds Miller on a great run, pokes it past Spurning, and we are all even. Those are all the goals that would be scored, though there were certainly chances. I can't recall if there was one. No, there was not one right off halftime, but at the 58th minute, on the counter here, Miller, only one man to beat as Zach Scott is left in the dust. Can't quite get around John Kennedy Hurtado. Sorry, Jimmy Traore, I should say. But Traore with the inch-perfect tackle, as the commentator down below says, to deny Miller a glorious scoring opportunity. The switch there along the ground by Riocoker just behind YP Lee, though does come back to the lead. A Tybert to Riocoker. Some good setup play here. Eventually, the ball goes out to the other flank to Vilches. Good job spreading the ball here. And his cross actually hits the crossbar. A very hopeful cross that actually nearly went in. So two very good shouts here. The called back goal and the accidental off the bar by Vilches. This could have been Vancouver's game. But sadly, it was not to be. The one last chance here for, I believe this is for Seattle. It's Hurtado's long ball. Only it's as far as Rusin. Turns around to Riocoker, who springs Maddox, but Maddox is well offside. Despite depositing that goal, yeah, very, very clearly offside. Eddie Johnson's free kick would go over the ball as time wound down, and I believe that would be all. And sure enough, there it is, a 1-1 draw at BC Place. No problems with that result, though. Oh, very close to the surprise victory. Following that, my goodness, can you believe it? A win at home against Chicago. Tybert with the goal in the 24th minute. As you can see, a very foul-heavy game, as just Vancouver bruising it with Chicago does manage to get a slightly better shots on even possession. Simon Thomas standing on his head with an excellent work there. Rusin marshalling things in the back. Really, that was it. Not too much to speak about from everybody else, as Adekugbe came on in relief, as did Jimenez. With the friendly against Chelsea coming up, I want to try and keep some people fresh so they could at least experience the thrill of a friendly against Chelsea. Though it should be noted that, as we'll get to in a second here, that wasn't the only thing happening on that day. We'll get to that. But first, we have a 1-0 victory over Chicago to revisit. So let's get right to it. Chicago in there. Fire red. Vancouver in their whites. Anango no hits the bar on that free kick that freezes Simon Thomas. Thankfully, that stays out. Off this set piece, good job to get the ball back there, and Tybert manages to skin two defenders on a quick pickup and laces it into the top part of the net. Excellent job by Tybert to bank that wonderful goal off a throw-in. So a good job on the set piece there. Yeah, move into the second half. Only the one real chance here in the second to speak of. Off the throw-in between Logan Paz and Bakary Soumare. Sean Johnson gets the ball downfield to find Anangano, who sends it out left to Joel Limper, the Estonian international. I gotta love that. Estonian international has a great sound to it, doesn't it? Dax McCarty clears away to Jeff Lorenowitz, who gets the ball right back into the area. Rios goes out right to pause. Back to Lorenowitz, who finds Anangano, who skips his challenge, finds Patrick Nyarko, but Simon Thomas with a fantastic diving save. And that was as close as Chicago would come. But this free kick in injury time by Limper does find the head of Sean Francis, but his header is well wide, and that is all she wrote. That's it. That's a win. 3 vital points. This is still not enough to get us out of the basement, though we are only 3 behind Colorado for 8th, so then we only got to make up the 7 that separate 8th and 7th to get us in level terms with the Chivas FC Dallas. So, 10 points to get there. Another 3 days. 13 points. 13 points after how many matches? 21? Oh, golly. Yeah, it's probably not happening. Yeah, although theoretically we could possibly finish first. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's not going to happen. But then we have a wonderful 1-1 away draw in Los Angeles. That's always a good sign. Even injured Marcelo Sarvas in the deal, which I suppose is good. Another one of those high fouling games. We managed to outshoot LA, if you can believe it. Ceded a tiny bit of possession, but responded to Landon Donovan's 41st minute goal immediately with Maddox in the 42nd. So you gotta like the fight in this team, if nothing else. Good performance by Maddox up front, with Kenny Miller taking Tyrett's spot out on the right. Vilches starting at left did not do too well in this game, which is concerning because I still don't have a solid left back option. Dave Brown, Hector Jimenez got some time. Jimenez more for the nostalgia of him being an LA guy who we picked up back in the waiver draft. So I would say that is probably one of my few good moves here, is Hector Jimenez and Dax McCarty off the waiver draft. Now, if you were looking carefully, what's this Joseph Bendik? My goodness, what's he doing on our team? Well, before we get to these highlights, let me explain what's been happening here. Let's just take a quick look at the... I have to go to the club history here. Transfer history. Oh yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy amount of time here. As you know, Carlos Cuevas was gone. That's what allowed us to bring in Walter Vilches. But even more crazily, if you can believe it, Matt Watson was picked up by St. Johnstone for $66K. Now, that is spread out over the life of that deal. And Chris Fath is taking a loan at Phoenix FC, which is great. But Tierney, as you know, I cut just because, could not tolerate his inconsistency. We brought in Fabian Cuellar for a free, because he was out of contract. On the attacking side, unfortunately, that put us over our international player limit, so we couldn't actually bring in Jackson, who I was looking at in the right back spot. We'll see if I can get him once Camilo finally gets his Canadian citizenship. More importantly, loans? No. Something's not right here. Where is the... Yeah, there we go. $2,000 a month, next 35 months to make up that transfer deal. How is it showing the actual player trades? Hang on a second here. Come on, MLS. Show me your player trades. Here we go. All right. Oh, come on. Where is it? Matt Watson, Chris Fath. I guess because it's single head coach movements? No. Transfers. Exchange. Future transfers. Ferrari's leaving. Kamara's leaving. Monticello is apparently still leaving, though in the real world that got held up by a work permit. Cash and clause transfers. No. Oh, that's very strange. Oh, here we go. Trades. Excellent. All right, so Jimenez, which we picked up, possibly overpaid for. Tierney, whom we picked up. Again, possibly overpaid for the international slot because we ended up needing it because we dished Daigo Kobayashi and an international slot to Philadelphia for a second-round pick and $300,000 in allocation money, which we then turned around and used most of to pick up Joe Bendik from Toronto. That was a pretty good wheel and deal, if I do say so myself. I mean, losing the international slot kind of did end up hurting us, but Kobayashi is not, he's been regressing. That's a huge wage, and I now end up with an excellent keeper. Now, you may ask yourself, why are you picking up Bendik? You have Thomas and you have Knighton. Oh, dear. Well, I have bad news. Brad Knighton's season-ending injury. Knighton is out with knee tendinitis for the next 5 to 6 months. That is not good. So, put him on the season-ending injury list. Very unfortunate, but hey, we got Joe Bendik out of the deal, and Bendik is actually projected to be quite a good keeper in MLS, so it's an upgrade. it's actually a very good upgrade because he's on a very cheap contract. So this is pretty good for the short term, and if I can get him on a decent contract for long term, not so bad either. Quick note on the contract front, I have activated the extensions on Camilo and Gershon Kofi, both of which were being courted. I mean, the bids for Camilo are just getting insane now, so his asking price has gone way up, and I have extended both his and Kofi's contracts to the foreseeable future, 2015. Yeah, the value just keeps on skyrocketing for these guys. Anyway, I've now explained all that. Let's get back to that match against LA. I'm very interested to see how Bendik does going forward. Him and probably going to take the number 1 spot from Thomas. With understanding that if Bendik asks for a ridiculous salary, Thomas is back in as the number 1. So in a sense, kind of an expensive rental, but considering the salary that I shed and that I still have a tiny bit of that allocation cash left over from the Kobayashi deal, feeling pretty good about it. And we restocked our Bear draft picks cupboard a little bit with a good second rounder. So that's fine by me. Vancouver in the road blues, LA in their home whites. In the 21st minute, Maddox gets, I believe, a good look at goal here. He just managed to set up Miller, my apologies, who just dribbles it wide. That would have been fantastic if it went in. Unfortunately, Nigel Reo-Coker fouls Juninho. Lucky to get a yellow there. Could have been red. And Leonardo gets this ball forward and thankfully picked up by Simon Thomas. Could have been dangerous there. Thomas goes with the goal kick, but doesn't get it past Sean Franklin. Donovan sets up Chandler Hoffman here for this run, who feeds it back to Donovan. Poor marking there by, I believe, is that Camilo? It was. And unfortunately, Donovan is just allowed to run roughshod and buries that goal with confidence. Yes, Donovan will be proud of that. Not so good on the defending. Thankfully, right off the kickoff, Vancouver pegs it right back, which I do like this bounce back. If this keeps happening, gotta like how this bodes for us here. And Maddox with the ball forward to Camilo. Camilo goes right back to Maddox. His first shot is blocked, but Reo-Coker gets the ball to Kofi. Back to Dax McCarty. Back to Kofi. To Reo-Coker. McCarty. Kofi. McCarty. Just back and forth here, trying to look for that spot in the center of the park. And Kofi does eventually go out wide to Camilo, who puts the ball through to Maddox, who just turns and fires. It's a good strike. Possibly should have been picked up by Pinedo. I'm sure he'll want that one back, but hey, it's a goal for Maddox. It's all square, and that is how we would end the game. I don't believe there's anything further here. Camilo at the set piece just before halftime. Sure enough, Donovan takes the ball away from Jimenez, and that is the end of it. Fine by me to get a 1-1. Now, I do want to show off this friendly against Chelsea. If for no other reason than Demba Ba scoring twice immediately, which told you everything you needed to know, and then Nigel Reo-Coker getting the consolation goal later on. Why is Nigel Reo-Coker not starting this game? Why is he only coming on for a brief spell at the end? Well, he and YP Lee were actually called up for the MLS All-Star game, which was against Fulham. I'll see if I can pull up highlights for that. I don't think I can, but we'll look at the highlights from this friendly against Chelsea first. As you can see, they absolutely destroyed us. Though both of our shots were on target and one went in, so you gotta like that. So the Chelsea domination of Vancouver begins now. Chelsea in the blue, Vancouver in the white. Bendik getting some time out there just to acclimatize, get some fitness. As you can see, I have Mane up front. I'm trying to get, it's a friendly. No point in putting the big people out here. But that means Demba Ba can get a all too easy goal there. And he would follow it up shortly thereafter with his second for the brace. Now, was it immediately after the kickoff? Yeah, Fabian Cuellar, our new signing, got some time out here to acclimatize. He's an attacking winger and midfielder. Doesn't have very good positional strength in the center of the park, which means I'm going to have to either train him or rely on Dave Brown. Which I would rather not do. I would definitely rather have I would definitely have Quaylar get ready, then rely on Brown. As you can see here, this is just all Chelsea, just not even trying here. And flicks in that one. Benedict probably should have had it, sorry, but he didn't, and it is now 2-1. Second half, swapped people out, brought people in. The usual friendly tactics to get everybody some time on the park. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter when you're Chelsea. They're just going to go ahead and pound the ball at you. And a fantastic save by Thomas to keep that ball out. 19-2 the shots. Just in case you didn't notice, 19-2, and 12 of them were on target. Oh, my goodness. Just watching this reminds me just how dominating this friendly was and how amazed I was that Rio Coker was able to get that consolation goal. We actually had a decent chance out of this with Brown running up the side to get the throw in. But that's as far as that chance would get, with Czech getting the ball to Ashley Cole to Eden Hazard. Is it Hazard or Hazard? I really should pay attention to more Chelsea games. Or not. Anyway, this is an MLS show. Darn it, we're not going to the EPL. As you can see, I think the defensive prowess just started to kick in a little bit, but not by much with bad clearances like that. And Ramirez nearly puts the ball in the back of the net. Only the bar keeps that one out. Here's the consolation goal here with a little bit of long ball. Rio Coker picks up the bad clearance. And between him and Brown, a little bit of a long distance 1-2. Rio Coker with a clever little ball. It gives us the dignity of showing a goal for the home fans. But that's as far as they would get. They would actually try this combination again as we got into injury time. Unfortunately, they could not quite do it. John Terry to the rescue. And that is the end of that. So, 2-1 friendly loss, not a big deal. 0-0 draw at home to Philly, which was actually pretty good, considering the personnel that we had. Gave Bendick the start, did all right. Had Rio Coker at right back, just again, because YPV was just looking beat up from all these matches. McMath stood on his head. Yes, he did. Shots were 12-13. Shots on target 3-1. Again, I'm fouling like crazy here, but it seems to be working. So if we can get a hard-nosed reputation, I'll take it. Rooston, another good game at right back. So we go into an away match at Geldwin Field against Portland. Oh, I'm not feeling good about this. I gotta be honest. Now, before I get into this, let's see. Can I see that All-Star game? All-Stars. 5-0 loss to Fulham. Oh, embarrassing. I'm not going to look at this, but yeah, Dimitar Berbatov with the goal in the second minute. Alejandra with the... you know what? This is just embarrassing for all involved. Oh my goodness, YP Lee did not have a good time. Nobody had a good time, really. Though Rio Coker and Lee did see a lot of time on the field. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, embarrassing. So, match against Portland. Let's actually get to a match here. I'm going to give Quaylar start out on the wing here. I think he's got his match fitness up. Yeah, everyone's looking okay. So, fairly solid start. Oh, yes, the Champions League is kicking off. I get the bye, or Vancouver gets the bye. Our group, oh yeah, Alajuelense and LA. That's our group. No pressure. I don't think we're getting out of the group stage. I don't think it. Oh my goodness, of course not. LA will just pound the tar out of Alajuelense with their A team. Look at this: Donovan, Hoffman, Juninho, and Keane. They sent the big guns. Whew. Tijuana 2-0 over Valencia, America 2-0 over the W Connection, Herediano 3-0 over Caledonia, Olimpia and Cartagines with a 0-all draw, same with Comunicaciones and Isidro Metepan, Cruz Azul and Arabe Unido 1-all, and San Jose and Toluca 1-all as well. Interesting starts, not interested, transfer deadline, I don't think there's anything I can really go for here. Yeah, this is going to be a tough August. 2 Champions League fixtures on the back of a pretty solid month of games here. We do get that Saturday off, which is going to be nice. Miller concerned, that's all right. But YP Brown and Vilches are looking good. That's good. How is Brown doing? Because I'm getting him tons of reps. Well, he's progressing, which is nice. He's no longer in Silver Stars, which is always a good thing. Not surprising that Morales is doing well. We're actually preparing for defense for this, and then getting into attacking prep for the San Jose game. Figure that's our best shot to try and pull some points out of this. Because, we got to keep taking points off of these Western Conference teams. That's the only way to even have a shred of a chance to get into the playoffs is to take points. I don't see that happening in Portland unless we can get a draw. So we will see. We will see what happens here. I would say as part of the video review part of this video, you saw earlier my struggles trying to find the trades as part of transfers, moving those into Brøndby offering contract to Merit. Yeah. Well, sure. Okay. My job updated on stable, not the best, but we're stable. That's okay. Nope. And Jeldwin return for Bendik. Oh, storming out of a press conference. Ooh. That's always fun. All right. Well, that was all right. We're enjoying our soccer. Oof. I'm going to be positive about this. I think if we can park the bus, make them, foul them, like we do, apparently, we have a chance of getting a result here. How are we doing with here? Yes, all these people are wonderful, and we're not going to get a chance of them. Not interested. Oh, man, these Cascadia Cup clashes. Good grief. Oh, U20s. And U20s. I'll just see who they pick up at U20s. Maybe somebody I can entice over, at least keep an eye on in the draft. All right. We are one of the evening games. We'll see how some of these results go. Sporting KC, the 1-0 win over New York. Colorado pounds on RSL 4-3. Wow. All right, here we go. That's an imposing lineup, I tell you. Oof. No Khalif Al-Hassan, no Dylan Tucker-Gagnes. And wow, Portland is actually in a bit of a slump here. Charad's out with whiplash. Valeri's out. Okay, you know what? This might not be as dire as first thought. All right. Coilar out on the wings. Camilo on the wings. Miller up front. Brown, Kofi, McCarty, Leveron, Rustin, O'Brien, YP Lee, Bendik. Thomas on the bench with Daniil Henry, Walter Vilches, Adekugbe, Tybert, Jimenez, and Maddox. I am happy with that. Ricoker's out for yellow card accumulation, which is unfortunate. But we are good to go. Quiller, what jersey do you want? Let's give you the... let's give you 33. Hope I'm not absent-mindedly giving that to an actual cap here. But we will go with this. Are they wearing their Alaska Airlines retro jerseys? That's hilarious. All right. Oh, they like us to win. Well, we'll just see, won't we? I'm happy with those setups, I think. I do want to close down Will Johnson, though. He's the catalyst here. Ruti, we're going to have to stay hard on him. And Nagby as well. All right. Come on, show me what you can do, everyone. We are going to park the bus. And, oh, they're buying it. They are buying it. You gotta like that. All right, here we go. Vancouver, Portland. Vancouver in their blue kit. Portland in their retro whites. Let's see what happens. Good defense there by Kofi off that throw-in by Harrington. Woo! Good save by Bendik off that rocket of a shot. You never like seeing chances from the 3rd minute. Oh, good clearance there by O'Brien. What? The danger is not cleared. As Zemanski all alone, but his shot is deflected out for another corner. Oh, 3 minutes in. Come on, guys. We gotta get our feet here. And, oh, Pamuduka! Off the set piece, all alone, nobody marking him. That is definitely not a good start. 4 shots in the first 4 minutes, and 2 were on target. Yeah, oh, what is everybody doing here? Yikes. Bendit can only do so much. And his long ball does find O'Brien in a roundabout way. Oh, but Camilo, cheap loss of possession there. And Ruti, does he get a chance here? No, cleaned away, but Nagby does pick up the ball. Back to Jack Jewsbury. Jewsbury to Nagby. To Will Johnson. Jewsbury, cross finds Zemansky, hits the bar. And Ruti is marked, thankfully, by O'Brien. Oh my goodness. This is the opposite of good. Oh man, what do we gotta do here? Like, this is just... Oh, thank goodness that corner by Johnson, not the best. Man, what do you do here? We're not fouling for starters, but Jewsbury's getting a card for that. Alright. Not good. Not good. Well, who do I have to replace him, I think is the better question. Because... Ugh. I don't really like any of my options here. Okay. Well, I think we have to push Kofi to the left. Bring McCarty up from D-mid. Bring... Ooh, Leveron or Rusin? Let's push Leveron up. And we'll have to bring in Vilches from the left. Alright. We'll see if that gets us through the game. He's thinking about that I have calm faith in him, so we'll see how all that works. Alright. Let's see if that helps our defensive situation any. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Coelar injured too? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, Tybert, you're coming in on the right. Well, this is the opposite of good in every possible way, isn't it? Down a goal in the first 4 minutes. Lost 2 people to injury. Man. Well, Camilo here on the set piece. Maybe we can scare up a goal here at the half-hour mark. Oh, that's a little flick for Miller! Yes! Oh, what? Oh, come on. Is that really off? That's it. We're using the rewind button. We're using the rewind button. Was he offside? Okay. Here's the ball forward. Oh, you know what? I bet he was past the shoulder. All right. That's a good call by the AR. Oh, it was that close. Having our fair share of headers. Well, we're turning it around, which is good. Come on, guys. Let's get to the... All right. Yeah, come on, guys. We've been very unlucky. Very unlucky. Come on, guys. There's much more to come. Oh, good. Let's see if we can motivate the troops here. Much more to come. All right. Because it's even on average rating, it's still really close. I mean, Portland's out shooting us, out possessing us, but we're not giving up, and I dare say we could turn this around. Might be the, oh, Miller's got to be on side for this. Oh, but a fine save. A very fine save by Donovan Ricketts. Miller was all alone. Tybert with the corner now. Does it find the head of a Whitecap? It does not. That is the end of that. Oof, 2 chances, both off Miller. Harrington gets a card. So Jewsbury and Harrington both have cards. Crossing isn't working. Okay. You told me it was earlier. Make up your mind, assistant coach. Oh, come on. I need something here. Yeah, that was pretty understandable. That was Camilo's gonna get cards. Oh, come on, Bendik. Well, maybe something here. Maybe. Don't turn the ball. Oh, Camilo's got to be onside. He is, but the ball doesn't get to him. Still onside. Goes up wide to Tybert. Tybert cuts inside. Oh, fine save again by Ricketts. Two good chances there. Well, we're knocking on the door. We're knocking on the door. This is not out of the realm of possibility here. McCarty has the ball taken away from him by Ring, but oh, it's gotten back by Lee. McCarty still with the ball here. This is still a chance. Kofi to Rusin, who goes long. Tries to find Tybert. Can't quite connect. Man, what do I do here? Gotta make a late sub. McCarty. Not good. Piquionne's injured. That's something. Okay. I think we go with Miller goes to the left. Maddox comes in up top. Oop. Nope. Nope. Try that again. Maddox up top. I think that's our play here. Try and get Maddox fresh off the bench. See if he can provide a spark for us. I gotta say, we're getting our chances to tie this up, which is good. Didn't wilt after that opening goal by Ka. Camilo into the box with it. Oh, just missed there. Oh, Camilo. Ricketts has kept them in this game. Two great saves and that one goal called back for the offside. Can we get the tying goal here? Well, first a throw in from Portland. Could they seal it? Ka is all alone again, and he does. Pamodu Ka, the defender, with a brace. Well, we're going to go full attack now. That was unexpected. I will say that. Oh, well, we're getting a chance right off the kickoff. Do we... Oh, darn. Nope, no we don't. Belay that order. And Bendik now with the long ball. It only gets as far as Nagby. Oh, he gets it to Aruti. Oh, and that's it. A hat trick, but has been disallowed. Aruti was offside. Thank goodness. How would that have been Aruti's hat trick? Did Ka actually get his head to that? But I believe that's going to be it. Oh, well, maybe not. We might get a consolation goal here. Let's just get the ball to Miller. Inside to Maddox. Oh, another save by Ricketts. Oh, my goodness. Donovan Ricketts is just... He's too good. He's clearly too good. Oh, can we get another one here? Another good chance. Perhaps Tybert looking upfield. Doesn't get it far. Gets the ball back. Leveron to Vilches. Vilches. Back to Kofi. Looks up. Can't find Miller. Or Miller missed it. One of the two. Man, we've even taken the possession in our favor. We've gotten the shots back. Two clear-cut chances that we couldn't convert. Oh, man. I think what I identified earlier there with just not being able to convert, not being able to score goals, is it's hurting us. Those chances, you should be able to beat a keeper. Even one as good as Ricketts, he's beatable. And you just didn't see that today. Well, it looks like it's going to be another loss here, an away loss in Geldwen, which under most circumstances would probably be acceptable, but man, we need points. And letting a defender like Ka score a brace is just not good. I mean, we lost two guys to injury early, so, I mean, we were unlucky out there. I gotta be honest, we were unlucky to lose Cuellar and Brown early. Not the best. Not the worst, but not the best. But there's still a lot of work to do here, so we'll see how well we can do next time on Blue and White. My name is Arturo. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.